You've seen a Lamborghini before, you've heard one scream past you on the highway, and maybe you've even sat in one. And here's the thing, nobody tells you that Lamborghini, the Huracán, the Urus, the one that costs $200,000 or $300,000, that is the cheap one. That is the Lamborghini a dentist buys. That is the Lamborghini a millionaire buys. The 12 cars in this video are not for millionaires. Some of them cost more than the entire net worth of the average American times 20. Some of them, only a handful of humans on Earth were ever allowed to purchase. You couldn't buy one with cash, because Lamborghini decides who's rich enough to be a customer. And the last car on this list? You cannot buy it for any price. Not $1 million, not $100 million. There is exactly one, and its owner will never sell it. So let's climb the ladder from merely 7-figure supercars all the way up to a car so exclusive that being a billionaire still isn't enough. The $1 million starting line, the Reventon. We started a car that, in 2008, made the world lose its mind. The Lamborghini Reventon. Only 20 were ever built. The price tag was around $1.6 million, which back then made it the most expensive Lamborghini ever sold. It was shaped like a stealth fighter jet, and to hammer that point home, Lamborghini once raced one against an actual fighter jet down a runway. But here's the part that tells you exactly who this car was for. All 20 were pre-sold before most people even knew it existed. If you weren't already on Lamborghini's private list of preferred clients, you were never getting one. And $1.6 million, as absurd as that number is about to look like pocket change, because this next one weighs less than a small car and costs even more. Carbon fiber and nothing else, the Sesto Elemento. The Sesto Elemento is named after the sixth element on the periodic table, carbon, because that's what almost the entire car is made of. It weighs just 999 kilograms lighter than a Honda Civic, which lets it hit 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds. 20 were built at roughly $2.2 million each. And here's the catch that makes it a true billionaire's toy. It was never street legal. You cannot drive it to dinner. You cannot drive it anywhere except a private racetrack. So you're spending $2.2 million on a car you can only use if you also own the track or can afford to rent one whenever you feel like it. That's not a car. That's a rich man's Sunday hobby. But at least Lamborghini made 20 of these. This next one, they built a lot more and somehow made it even more desirable. The reborn legend, the Countach LPI 800-4. In 2021, Lamborghini brought back the most famous name in its history, the Countach. The new LPI 800-4 came with a hybrid V12 producing 803 horsepower, styled to echo the bedroom poster icon of the 1980s. The price? About $2.6 million. They made 112 of them, and every single one sold out instantly. Think about that. 112 people wired over $2.5 million each for a car most of them hadn't even seen in person yet. That's over $290 million in sales for one model gone in a flash. But if you want something even rarer, Lamborghini has a habit of building cars to celebrate itself, and those are where the numbers get truly insane. Happy birthday, Ferruccio the Centenario. The Centenario was built in 2016 to celebrate 100 years since the birth of the company's founder, Ferruccio Lamborghini. Only 40 were made, 20 coupes and 20 roadsters at around $1.9 million each. And yes, before it even launched, every single one was already sold. Here's what that really means. Lamborghini didn't advertise this car to the public. There was no waiting list you could sign up for. They quietly went to their most loyal, wealthiest clients, the ones who'd already bought Venenos and Reventons, and offered it to them privately. If you weren't already spending millions with the brand, you never got the phone call. But even the Centenario was a production car compared to what comes next. A machine built purely to be the fastest thing Lamborghini could put on a circuit. Track weapon, the Essenza SCV12. The Essenza SCV12 is a track-only monster with over 830 horsepower, a naturally aspirated V12 one of the most powerful the company ever built. 40 were made, at roughly $2.6 million. Like the Sesto Elemento, it's illegal on public roads. But Lamborghini went a step further. They store the cars for you in a climate-controlled facility and fly you out to drive them at exclusive private events. So you don't even keep your $6 million car in your own garage. Lamborghini babysits it and lets you visit. That is a level of wealth where the object you own becomes an experience the manufacturer curates around you. And speaking of the future, this next car was the first of a brand new breed, and it carried the initials of a man who changed the auto industry forever. The first hybrid bull, the Scion FKP37. The Scion FKP37 was Lamborghini's first ever hybrid production car. The FKP37 honors Ferdinand Karl Piëch, the legendary Volkswagen chairman, born in 1937. It produces 819 horsepower and cost about $3.6 million. 63 coupes were built, a nod to 1963, the year Lamborghini was founded. And, once again, every unit sold before production even began. At this point, you should be noticing the pattern. There is no version of these cars sitting on a showroom floor waiting for a buyer. They are spoken for years in advance by people whose wealth is generational. But now we leave the world of dozens were made and enter the world of single digits. This is where billionaires start fighting each other. Only 3 were ever sold the Veneno. The Veneno, when it launched in 2013, it was the most expensive production car in the world at roughly $4.5 million. And Lamborghini built just 3 to sell to customers. 3. On a planet of 8 billion people, 3 individuals were chosen to own the coupe. The word veneno means poison in Spanish, and the demand was so poisonous that the resale value exploded, which brings us to its even rarer sibling. The 8-figure open top, the Veneno Roadster. Lamborghini made 9 Veneno Roadsters, originally around $5.3 million each. But here's where the billionaire economy takes over. One Veneno Roadster later resold at auction for over $8 million. Some estimates for pristine examples now push well past that. So, even if you had $5 million ready in 2014, you couldn't buy one, they were gone. Your only way in is to convince an existing owner to part with theirs for double what they paid. That's the definition of a car money alone can't get you. But at least 9 of these exist. The final 3 cars on this list? There is only one of each, ever. One of one, the Aventador J. The Aventador J is a one-off. A single, roofless, windshieldless speedster that Lamborghini built to prove it could. It sold, reportedly, for around $2.8 million to one anonymous collector before the car was even publicly unveiled. There will never be a second one. If that owner never sells, the rest of the world will never touch it. But a one-off you can theoretically buy is one thing. This next car takes the concept to an almost cruel extreme. Built for one person, the Egoista. The name says everything. Egoista means selfish in Italian. Lamborghini built this car in 2013 for its 50th anniversary, and it has exactly one seat. One. A single-seat jet fighter canopy car designed so that only one human being on Earth could ever enjoy it. Its estimated value is often quoted at around $117 million. And here's the payoff. The reason this entire list has been building to this single machine. You cannot buy the Egoista. Not for 10 million, not for 117 million, not for any number you could dream up, because Lamborghini never sold it. It sits, to this day, inside the Lamborghini Museum in Sant'Agata, Italy. The richest man alive could walk in with a blank check, and the answer would still be no. That's the strange summit of all this wealth. You start at the bottom of this list and money is the only barrier. 1.6 million, then 2, then 4, then 8. You climb, and the price stops being the point. Because at the very top, there's a car that no amount of money can open the door to. And maybe that's what these 12 machines were really about all along. The higher you go, the clearer it becomes that the rarest thing in the world isn't the money, it's the permission to spend it.